What is up, this is Spectrum here, and welcome back to a new Let's Play. As we're gonna add this Let's Play to the ones that we have now. So from what I've been told from Artec, so shout out to you Artec, that we're halfway done through the extended demo of the Divine Speaker, and we're kind of near the end of well, room number 9 as well. And the only reason that video is not up now and instead we have this one is simply because I had to go through the ending and see like exactly which ending I got, for one, and two, exactly how I got there, if that makes any sense, because I don't want to like make a video then notice that, oh wait, I just literally did the same ending. Like, it would be a waste of time, you know. So I want to make sure I get that right so I don't like try to waste time, not only for me but for you guys as well. Trust me, as I have been busy recently, like really busy. Actually, I go into work soon, so this video is not going to be too long, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up ahead of time on that. However, we are going to try this new game called Silver Blue, which the Kickstarter just ended, and happily I can say that it actually passed its goal and $1,000 more into pledge, like more than anticipated. So it was an $8,000 goal and $9,000 goal. So congrats to the Silver Blue team. I don't know who made it, or I don't know the team exactly who made it, but shout out to you guys. I was planning to do this demo before the Kickstarter ended, but life happens, if you will, and because of that I didn't get a chance to play this before. I really wanted to promote it, you know, but hopefully in this case this gets you guys interested in the game, as well as check it out. And if you want to check out the demo, of course the link will be in the description box down below where you can check out the game for yourself. And it's another fantasy visual novel, which makes me happy because we need more of these. I mean, I'm an isekai person for one. Not saying this might be isekai, it probably isn't, but I am into like the fantasy world. I love like that type of stuff, like some of you seen Ancient Magus Bride, for example, ReZero. I mean, that's isekai, but like I'm just into that stuff so much. I love just diving into a new world and just being immersed in the environment. And look at the visuals, it is beautiful. I don't have like I don't have the summary of the game, but again, you can check it out in the description box below if you want to see what the game is about. So I'm going in this pretty blind for the most part, so without further ado, let's go to continue some Silver Blue. You can click fast skip to skip to the next choice. Okay. A long time ago, someone told me someday the paths we think are endless will become the past that has passed. The question that we were concerned about at that time: what are true dreams? What are our obligations? What does it mean to be born and met? All shall become ashes, disappear in the flow of time. All the passion and desire we had ever had will fade away. But even then, he told me, the eternity that I always expected was not real. Many flowers bloom throughout the year, and yet the flower from that day could never rise again. I'm still looking for an end to us, and for those whose destinies were destroyed by my own hands. Okay, here, let me check. It's a good time to check the menu too, since you guys didn't, like I saw it. So, oh, okay, there's a text speed. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was filled up. Let's go with half. Let's see how that does. I'll turn up the volume too. I mean, I put the background volume so hopefully you guys can hear the music. But anyways, the only memory I have of my childhood is the color of red and the heat of fire. The world around me was blurry and distorted. Everything was engulfed in that scorching heat until that person showed up. Poor little child. Do you want to come with me? From that moment, that person's sound became a color representing peace and happiness. And then he took me away. Do we have another Thanos by chance? I'm just saying. How does that remind you of like the scene with Thanos when he got Gamora? Well, spoil. Well, is it a spoiler? It's an Infinity War. It's not even a spoiler. It's something that just happens in the movie. I don't think that's considered a spoiler because she is a children of Thanos. But what if it's like that? Ooh, that would be an interesting plot point. Oh, that would be cool though, because I've never seen that outside of, well, the Marvel universe, so, or in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'd love to see that in another way. Like, I can't think outside of, I think James Bond did it. I'm trying to think if there was like another series, or like whether it's anime or just any other medium, if you will, that has like a plot revolving around like a ecological terrorist, if you will. That would be interesting, especially like in this setting. I don't think it's ever been done, at least again to my memory. I could be wrong. And in case you don't want to talk about, again, it's like Thanos. It's like he's willing to go to the extreme part and to like help humanity out or the universe out, but it's a very fucked up way because he's getting rid of 50% of the world, you know. But anyways, that's what I mean. Anyway, what are you thinking of? Oh, hearing a call from behind, Cyan, I hope I'm saying that right, turned his head back. Did you wait long? Oh, master, you're back. Cyan got up quickly and the man in front of him gently smiled at him. This man is Cyan's master, Gui. He has been living with Gui ever since he was a kid. Cyan never had a family or a father. Every time he imagined things like that, his master's image was the only thing that appeared on his mind. Are you tired? I'm not tired. The air here is so comfortable, I fell asleep without knowing. Have you finished your work, master? I'm done. Perhaps it is time for us to leave as well. Let's go back to the inn and pack up. Yes, master. After that, Gui turned around and walked forward. Cyan hurriedly ran after him. They are making their way through the crowded market. This is one of the major port cities, thus it is boisterous and bustling. Different kinds of buyers and merchants are busy with a lot of strange and unique items. Cyan liked this place very, very much. Unfortunately, he has to leave tomorrow. It's a pity that he has to yet fully explore this place. Master, where is our next destination? We will go home. Really? Gui silently walked and Cyan followed him, while feeling happy inside. They have a small house on the edge of the forest, but it's been a long time since they were home because of Gui's work. They often had to travel to many places and rarely stopped at one place for long. The place they called home. They're even less than at the inn. Cyan likes going to bustling places and enjoying new things, but he also loves going back home. Same, but wherever he is, as long as he can stay with his master and take care of him, everything will be fine. Someone tells me it's not going to last that long. Yeah, I wonder what's going to be like the first conflict that's going to, like, you know, just like with any visual novel for the most part, there's always one conflict that just kind of has a trickle down effect, like a big trickle, in a good way, of course, this is what I mean, but a trickling effect on the main character where it's like, oh, this is where everything's like opened up, if you will. Pandora's box has been opened, but a pounding on the door intermingles with vague distant voices pulling Cyan out from his dream. He slightly opened his eyes, feeling the rays of the sun shining through the gap of the door, warmly covering his face. It's morning already. Yesterday, after they returned home and cleaned the house a little, Cyan was too tired and fell asleep without knowing. Cyan dreamed about that weird dream again. He has had that dream many times in the past, but he has been dreaming about it more often than lately. He couldn't remember the dream very well. It was a long dream, but every image of it seemed to fade away when he opened his eyes. The only thing he remembered was a whispering voice. I want to go back. Go where? Was that his voice or someone else's? The only place he wanted to go back is home, and he's there already. Dun. Basic. Did I click? I didn't press anything. I'm assuming I have to click. Okay. Cyan stands up and opens the door. Is that his master? Master, what's up? Oh, my little Cyan. A figure suddenly comes and hugs him. Okay. I didn't have a chance to read it. I didn't even double click that time. This idiot is still as impolite as ever. Oh. Do you know it's rude to break into someone's private room? Oh. What we got here? Don't say that. It's been a long time since I saw you. Didn't you miss me? The man rubbed his hand against Cyan's hair as if he's teasing a cat. My little Cyan, you've grown up so fast. Cyan coldly pushed away the man who was hugging him tight. Why are you here? We only returned last night. I have an appointment with you, master, but I brought some very important news for him. Say raised his voice while trying to make a mysterious look. I had to go non-stop to get here on time. He's pouting, making a face as if he'd gone through extremely difficult challenges. Well, it's hard for you. It's not the only thing that's hard. That's what I say. Oh god, oh, Say, I missed that name because it just reminds me of all the stupid puns I made with that name. Oh man, if I start seeing him making some dumb puns using that name, I am so sorry, especially if you guys are new. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know it's what's going to happen, and it's going to be, you know, the cringe is coming, is what I'm saying. But yeah, it's not the only thing that's hard. But Cyan replied curiously. He went to the living room to find Gui, but found nobody there. So, where's my master? I don't think he's around. Maybe he went to the next town to buy some stuff? The door wasn't locked when I came. I just gave him a different voice. I know, I'm sorry. Say shrugged. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, and you only care about your master. You're so cold, my little Cyan. Well, I can see you. Take off your hand. Don't play with my hair. Fine, fine. You're not curious about the news I brought? It's really hot, you know. It's not the only thing. Okay, I need to stop, but he is, you know what he's, yeah, but to be honest, I don't care. But if you want to see it that much, just spill the bean. Don't act cool anymore. Sage just waited for that. He then came closer to Cyan and whispered, has your master ever told you about the Silver Mountain? Silver Mountain? No, I've never heard of it before. It was a very old legend. Legend? In the eastern end of the kingdom, there was a mountain so big and tall that it reached the sky. Over there, all the trees are glittering silver and blue. Roll credits. Ding! Okay, but there's a rumor saying that that's the gate to heaven, the abode of the god. Sounds like a fairy tale. And the rumor said once in a period of several hundred years, this gate will be opened. It is a very rare phenomenon. There are people who waited for their entire life yet couldn't wait for that moment. What does that have to do with Master? Don't tell me you want to go there to witness the historical moment you mentioned. You're so naive, Cyan. A place like that would have many treasures everyone wants to have. Of course your dear Master is also concerned about it. I don't think Master cares about something like that. Are you sure? Humans always have greed. Whatever. Oh, you don't seem to believe me at all. That hurts a lot. Somewhere like that, of course, was protected by many powerful and dangerous holy beasts. It's not somewhere anybody can come even if they want to. Don't you find it attractive or similar or familiar? Familiar? Are you interested in going there? Do you find it familiar, such as in some fairy tales your dear master told? Or have you ever been somewhere unreal like this? At least in your dreams? What a weird question. No, it sounds very unfamiliar to me. That's okay. Sage smiled. He looked silently at Cyan. His gaze. I hope I'm saying it right. Because I know how you go. I know how some of y'all, not all of you, but I know how some of you don't like my pronunciations and I get it wrong. Such as like Aria Cavella. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right still, but you know what I mean. His gaze made Cyan confused and weirded out. It was such a complicated gaze that Cyan couldn't explain what emotions were contained. But before he could think about it more, he heard footsteps echoing from the yard. Cyan looked out the window and saw Gui had returned with many bags in his hands. Cyan was no longer concerned about Say's story. He rushed out to help Gui bringing stuff without realizing that Say was whispering from behind. That's a treasure you can't even imagine, my little Cyan. A sleeping treasure. What's up with that smug at the end? It's lunchtime. Cyan's voice interrupted Gui's and Say's conversation. He served 3 plates of hot food on the table. Scent from the plate seems familiar to Gui. He had a taste and smiled. Oh, it tastes good. Did you buy this dried herb during our previous trip? Yes, I did. I also brought some weeds. Or wait, what? No, not smoke weed every day. Okay, I guess in this case, eat weed every day. Okay, I need to stop. All right, sorry, I had to check the time again. I'm on a little tight schedule, so I'm sorry, but yes, I did. I also bought some seeds. That way we could grow more. Cyan happily replied. In the previous city, he noticed that Gui enjoyed the herb stew there. He learned how to make it and bought lots of this herb so that he could make it for his master anytime. Oh my! This is so delicious! It's been a long time since I got a taste like this. Did you make it just for me? Of course not, but I'm glad you liked it. Can it be the reason that's so delicious because your love for me? Just shut up and finish what's on your plate. The 3 of them had lunch while chatting about some trivial stuff. After the meal, Cyan did his cleaning, leaving the space for Gui and C. You see what I mean when I say that? Okay, I need to stop. I've been watching too much Gargura. By the way, the whole live English, like the new ones that came out, oh my god, they're all amazing. If you guys even know what I'm talking about, I don't know, but like Amelia, Gargura, Golly, the whole gang, they're awesome. But anyways, leaving the space for Gui and Say to continue their conversation. Then after, he asks his master for permission to go out. Cyan then goes deep into the forest. There is a friend he wants to meet. It was early autumn, so even though it was noon, the sunshine wasn't really harsh. Cyan took a long time to go deep in the forest. He walked until he saw a figure sitting on a ledge. Hearing the sound, this person looked up and smiled. He was a young boy with a small body, looking like a 14 to 15-year-old teenager, wearing a blue and white outfit with strange patterns, a style different from the regular costume here. Cyan came over and sat down next to him. Hi, I'm back. How do I do a I remember I had a decent Mokuba voice, maybe. I don't remember. I thought I did, but maybe I did. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to imagine here. You have returned. This time you left for too long. I really miss you. Me too, Owl. I'm assuming that's Owl, but I bought you many gifts. Take a look. Thank you. He accepted the item Cyan gave, smiling innocently. This boy is Cyan's only friend at this place. When Cyan was a child one day, he got lost in the depth of the forest and met Alvis. Okay, I see a bird, but where's the chipmunk game? Oh god, okay, I'm sorry, I know, but at that time, his appearance was exactly the same as it is now. He hasn't changed one bit after many years. While Cyan knew that the person in front of him was not human, he has never been afraid of him at all. Gui taught him that there are many creatures in this world beyond human comprehension, but not all of them are dangerous. Looking at Alvis, no one could think of anything bad. He had a porcelain white skin, clear purple eyes, and a voice that sounded like a bell. He's always calm. His aura reminds people of the messenger of God in the fresco on the temple wall. Moreover, Alvis' hair is almost the same color as Cyan, except for the elderly. Cyan has never been able to find a young man with white hair, his hair as white as him. He had always been conscious of it because of the way people looked at his hair, so deep down, Cyan always felt close to Alvis. Being by his side, Cyan felt relaxed. This feeling was different from the respect and reliance of Gui. It was more like a connection from deep within the subconscious. When they're together, even silence becomes as natural as breathing in the air. Cyan had guessed he was probably the spirit of the forest or something like that. Gui once said that the spirits are part of nature and they will give those around them the sense of being healed. However, he had never tried to ask Alvis, nor did he really care. How old are you this year, Cyan? Me? Well, I'll turn 17 this winter. I see. So it is almost time. What did you say? It's nothing. You'll know soon. Maybe. Hey, Cyan, do you like your current life? Of course. I was able to live with my master. Moreover, I have you as a friend and life was so peaceful. I don't wish for more. Why did you ask me? Alvis, are you not happy with your current life? Yes, I don't. What makes you feel that way? Oh, I know. You've been here for a long time and you must be bored. The next time I go to town to sell remedies, I could take you with me if you want. With Alvis' exotic appearance, he'll definitely draw people's attention to himself when we go to the village. Maybe I should prepare a stroll for him, Cyan thought. But in response to the invitation, Alvis just shook his head. There's no need. I need to be here waiting for something, but maybe it's coming soon. I see. I hope so too. Alvis smiled and didn't say anything else. There is not much conversation between them. He just silently plays with the bird in his hand while listening to Cyan talk about the intriguing things he experienced on the trip. When he said goodbye to Alvis, it was already evening. Cyan hurried back home before it was completely dark. When he came to the house, a weird smell like a mixture of flowers and blood was coming from the inside, which made him stop in his track. Then he suddenly heard Say's voice resounded. And yeah, like I said, today it was going to be a short episode. I'm sorry for these short episodes last 2 days, but I've been literally, this will be my 4th straight day working. So yeah, and I'm seasonal, but no, it doesn't, right at the moment, no, but it doesn't feel like it, but that's okay with me. You know, more work, the better. But anyways, I do have to go, unfortunately, so guys, but don't worry, we're gonna have more Silver Blue later on in the future, I promise you on that. But the next episode, the next video you guys are gonna get is room number 9, as we are gonna go to another ending. Again, I'm gonna take, hopefully, if I am awake tonight after I upload this video, hopefully I'm awake enough and alert enough to check out if, you know, or just to see what ending I got in room number 9 exactly. So I could get you guys set up for another video of room number 9, hopefully by tomorrow, as I have tomorrow off. But then I work again on Wednesday, and then I have Thursday and Friday off, and then I work again on Halloween, which is fine with me, honestly. But because it's like the one place I could dress up, and it's fine. It actually makes sense. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this episode of Silver Blue, again, you can check out the demo in the description box down below. And of course, you can also check out the game in the description box on itself. And other than that, if you haven't already, follow me on all the social media sites down below. Check out my Patreon if you haven't already, as there's a lot of videos on there. I finished all of No Thank You. I think I put up all the No Thank You. And recently, I finished all the 2 Trust Incubus videos. They're all uploaded on there. So if you haven't already, checked my Patreon, $1 a month gives you full access, of course, to uncensored videos as well, especially a lot of them from room number 9, as you get some exclusive scenes go up on Patreon for obvious reasons. Other than that, we'll see what we're going to do next. There's still some more deleted videos that you put on Patreon, so stay tuned. If you guys are on Patreon already, there's going to be a new series of videos coming up. Not sure which yet, I have to go check, but be prepared. It'll be coming as soon as tomorrow, to say the least, as you'll have like 2 videos of a new series that, well, I say new series, but you know, a deleted series, if you will. Outside of that, thank you awesome for watching, and I'll see you later, okay? Love ya, and don't forget to stay awesome. Bye!